stole it from.
You should. That shit fire.
I stole it from the Brilliant Idiots.
God, they stupid.
I'm an
Let's
idiot.
go. We live in here. Instagram.
That jersey
Live.
so hard, Brandon.
Yes, sir. Dame Dollar.
Second best point guard in the league. Behind Steph.
Yikes. Okay.
Man.
Did we talk about Steph? Are we talking about Steph?
We might.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, not another sports podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Kevin and Jordan.
Yo, what's up? This is Kevin.
Yeah, and this is Jordan, and we got our boy Will with us. Yes, indeed, Steve.
Let's go. And with that being said, the draft is right around the corner. I think it's Thursday through Saturday. And with that being said, we're going to give the Not Another Sports Podcast edition of the mock draft. With that being said, I'm going to go first. I got Jacksonville going one.
Wait. We didn't do our positive.
I'm sorry. I'm skipping ahead. I'm gonna start off being with something positive. My positive thought for the week is I just been thinking back on the last 9 months. For those who don't know, I was shot last summer, July 29th, and just looking at how far God had brought me, like they told me I never walk again, and I'm taking steps now. So
yes, indeed,
yes,
Steve.
sir.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing God can't do. So with that being said, what y'all got positive for this week?
My son stood up on his own.
Yes,
Yes,
go.
indeed.
So-
Yes, indeed.
So I guess that's the best positive I have this week.
Well, this weekend, today actually, my auntie got to see 53 years. So
Yes,
I gotta get to
Yes,
my auntie.
sir. For me, it had to be really just I don't know. I would say at the beginning of the week it would have been finally getting some justice, but I don't know if it really feels
We
the
got
same.
one more step.
No
we got
cap.
one more step.
No cap. It don't really feel the same after this week because we got like I think we had like 5 more shootings since then. So I mean, I guess that's positive, but I mean, until we get the sentencing, we don't know what it's gonna mean because the sentencing is gonna deter. Right. Well, that too, but the sentencing is gonna deter future maybe, but the reform will definitely deter people. But for me, my positive would be Roy coming back.
Yes, go.
That's positive. And the draft is coming up. We're gonna get to see a lot of Bama boys get paid this year.
Yes,
So
go. Of course.
And we split the series with y'all, so that's a positive.
nobody asked
Ain't
you.
nobody.
You split. Y'all split the series with an injured Roy.
I don't want to hear it. We split the series.
Come on.
We split the
now.
series.
No Roy.
Anyway, we're going to start with the mock draft. I'm going to go first. I got number 1, Jacksonville. They taking Trevor Lawrence. They pretty much said that already. It's in the bag. So then I got the Jets at number 2, taking Zach Wilson out of BYU. For some reason, they fell in love with him. I mean, he's not – I don't see that he's that much different than Sam Darnold. But whatever. Not my team. San Francisco, number 3. I got them taking Mac Jones. I feel like Kyle Shanahan fell in love with Mac Jones. He's similar to what he had with Matt Ryan. So I feel like that'll be a good fit for him. Number 4, I got Atlanta taking Justin Fields just because we're gonna have to move off of Matt Ryan eventually. Like he ain't got but so many more years, and it wouldn't make sense to go out and we're gonna be real cap heavy. Let's just say that. With that being said, I got Cincy number 4 taking Kyle Pitts. They need some offensive help. They do need linemen, but they also need skill players. Number 6, I got Smitty out of Alabama going to Miami. They need some receiver help. They need Tua needs some weapons. Number 7, Detroit taking Jaylen Waddle. Same thing. Jared Goff gonna need some help. Carolina, I got them. Well, I had them taking Trey Lance, but the whole Sam Darnold going there kind of messed that up. But they're gonna need some linemen too, cause yeah. So I think they'll take a tackle there. Number 9, I got Sewell out of Oregon, the offensive tackle. I think they're gonna need some help. I mean, if they trade up and get a quarterback, that will also make sense. But I think they're gonna take a lineman there. 10, I got the defensive end out of Michigan going to Dallas. They didn't have any pass rush last year. They need to build their defense. That's all that needs to be said with that. The Giants, I got Patrick Surtain going to out of Alabama going to the Giants. I feel like they really need help at a lot of different places. They really need to build their defense up, and playing in the East is not going to be that much of a it's not going to take that much to win a division like it did last year. It's pretty much going to be the same thing. Philly, I got Jamar Chase out of LSU. Receivers, that's all they need to be. They had no receivers last year, nothing. With the 13th pick, I got the Chargers taking Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern. He can play many different positions. He can play tackle. They can move him to guard. So I think that'll be a good fit for him. Minnesota, I got the linebacker out of Penn State, Parsons. Their defense was terrible last year. That's all. That is what it is. And with 15, I got New England taking Kyle Trask. I know they re-signed Cam, but is he really gonna be their long-term answer?
Why wouldn't you just move Trey Lance right there?
Because
you had him going to Carolina.
I did, but
You think Kyle Trask is going in the first round?
I mean,
well, I'm a Gator fan.
The way I had,
I think late first round maybe. But.
Yeah, but that's with New England. I feel like that'll be their. They still need a quarterback, so I feel like they could use that first round pick on a quarterback for the future.
I said Trey Lance.
Right.
So you think they would take Kyle Trask over Trey Lance?
That's not what I'm saying. I had Trey Lance. Somebody trading up to get Trey Lance. Trey Lance not gonna be on the board at 15.
Oh,
makes sense.
I guess.
Trey Lance is getting picked third.
Go ahead.
It depends.
Who's next?
It might shake around. You never know. Cause you never know how these draft day trades work out.
Yeah.
No. Who's next?
I'll go.
You stopped at 15.
I'll go. We only did 15. Okay. But yeah, I'll go. So this is basically what I want to happen. This isn't what I think is going to happen. I pretty much know this isn't going to happen. But this is what I would do. If I was the Jags, I would take Justin Fields. I've said it multiple times. I think he's the best quarterback in this draft. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence had much of a college career after that first game against a tired Alabama team. I've said this multiple times. What? I believe it. You can go back and look at the stats. He did not have a good sophomore season. He did not have a good game against Ohio State. He did not have a good game against LSU. He did not have a good junior season. He did not have a good game against Ohio State in the playoff game. So, yes. What? Go ahead. Go ahead. What?
So he didn't have a good season, but yet his team was still one of the two best teams.
They played
in the ACC, Kevin?
No, it doesn't matter. Still toe-to-toe.
What do you mean?
And then,
no, they didn't.
And then...
He's saying after that one season with that one championship game.
Phones can't be better microphones. Y'all hear that? Zzz.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all hear it?
Yeah.
It's the phone. Do y'all still hear it?
Mm-mm.
It's the phone by the microphone.
Okay.
But
So do we need to start on?
Nah, it's still going.
Okay.
I was hearing. I was trying to see.
Gotcha.
You gotta edit this part out.
Gotcha. In the ACC, go ahead.
ACC.
They play in the ACC.
I still feel like you undermined Trevor Lawrence a little bit. He did go out there and beat 33-2 as a starter.
I mean,
and then when he missed the game,
but they
lose to Notre Dame.
But then when we play anybody, what is the first thing you say?
What?
When Alabama plays anybody, what's the first thing? When we were talking about going to the Miami game, what was
I don't play nobody.
Okay, so what is the difference between Alabama and Clemson?
Because I'm not looking at just like the whole Clemson. I'm looking at Trevor Lawrence going out there and producing.
Okay, so when Mac Jones went out there and produced, what did you say? He has all of these weapons and they're not playing against anybody. But when Trevor Lawrence has Justin Ross, he has Travis Etienne, he has all of these receivers that went in the draft last year, and he has a top defense with Christian Wilkins, the dude that went to the Raiders, and all these other defensive help. What's the difference?
Because he has a resume. 3 years overtime.
So Tua didn't have a resume?
I'd like Tua. What you mean?
All I'm saying is, my point is, all of these quarterbacks have a resume. Justin Fields has a resume. Mac Jones has a resume.
Their resume is better than Trevor Lawrence.
You can argue Justin Fields' resume is better than Trevor Lawrence.
How?
He's had the same amount of. He's had just as many wins. He's had just as many playoff wins. He's made it to a championship. He didn't win it, but he did go against Alabama, a
team that he beat, that Trevor beat.
I've told you that Alabama team was not as good as this Alabama team. This Alabama team that Justin Fields played against, that is argued as the best team of all time. What are you talking about?
It's still a national championship that
okay.
Alabama.
All right, but my point, all that being said, I would take Trevor Lawrence too. How about that? Does that make you feel better? I would take Trevor Lawrence number 2. I feel like they need somebody that can bring them box office and sell tickets. I would take Mac Jones 3 with the 49ers. I feel like he would fit their offense well. The Falcons, I would take Penei Sewell. I feel like they need to build an offensive line. Even if you are planning on moving on off of Matt Ryan in a couple of years, you still need a line around a young quarterback, or else he's going to turn into Joe Burrow, and it's not going to be beneficial. The Bengals, I would take Kyle Pitts. For them, I would have taken an offensive lineman, but I feel like if you're not taking Penei Sewell, you might as well get the best available player. The Dolphins, I would take Jamar Chase. He's a big body receiver that can help Tua. Lions, Devontae Smith, they need help. Panthers, Jaylen Waddle, same thing. Broncos, Zach Wilson. I don't get the real hype about him. I don't know how he snuck into the 2 spot, but somehow he did. I wouldn't take him at 2. I would take him at 8 with the Broncos, or 9 with the Broncos. 10, Patrick Surtain. Hopefully he doesn't go there because I don't want to have to root against him, but it is what it is. The Giants, Micah Parsons, they need linebacker help. The Eagles, Azeez Ojulari. I also would have given them a receiver, but with Waddle and Devontae going early, I don't really see another receiver worth taking that high. And then with the Chargers, Rashawn Slater, like Brendan said, he's a good tackle that you can put anywhere to protect Justin Herbert. And then I got the Vikings taking Trey Lance. I feel like that would be a good quarterback to put behind Kirk Cousins. They would be preparing for the future. And they still would be having a good team around him if he does end up taking that spot. And then with the Patriots, I've had J.C. Horn going there. I have faith in Cam. I don't really see them needing to take another another quarterback. I feel like they should replace Stephon Gilmore if they do end up trading him. So, I feel like that would be a good pick for them. I do have some honorable mentions. I feel like maybe the Bills, the Steelers, or the Chiefs. I can't be the Chiefs now because they traded their picks. But the Bills or the Steelers could probably pick up Najee later in the draft. And then I really want the Ravens to pick up Rondale Moore. I don't really know him that much other than the fact that Will told me to draft him on Madden when we were doing the fantasy draft. And it paid off tremendously. So I planned on watching him this year with Purdue, but they didn't really play that much. But I do have faith that he will be a good receiver for that Ravens team, and it will help them in the long run.
That's what they need.
They do need receivers.
Now we need an O-lineman now.
Think so?
Yeah, we got to figure out a way to talk about that.
Because
But go ahead.
They don't want to see me win. They don't want to see me happy.
Nobody wants to see you happy.
I see. But let me see. Of course, I'm gonna start off with Trevor Lawrence being taken by Jacksonville. I think he's the best quarterback in this draft. I think he has shown the most. Out of all these quarterbacks, to be quite honest with you, I think he is going to be the best pro in this out of this class. So I got Jacksonville getting him number 1.
Wait, time out. Do you take the Jacksonville fit into consideration? Because you do know that they're probably not going to get nobody.
Right.
What you mean? As in free agents?
Free agents. Are they going to be able to build a team around him?
In due time, I feel like I'm not that type of person who gets mad at a coach or mad at a team if they're not good right off the bat.
No, I'm not saying that. You say you think he'll have the best pro career though.
Right. Are they gonna build a team around him?
If Urban Meyer stays consistent, I believe in him as a coach. So I believe he will be able to get it around. Let's be real. Jacksonville did make it to the AFC Championship, 3-4 years ago?
That's true.
So it's possible.
But they did have...
And they did have a great defense. They did
have a great GM But my question... Okay, so how long do you think Urban Meyer will be in Jacksonville? Because you know his history.
If this man don't play sick...
Okay, so take that into consideration. How long do you think he'll be there?
I say give or take 4 or 5 years, depending on if they can get a team around. They can get a team around because Urban Meyer is a winner, and I feel like if he sees any chance that they're not gonna win in a period of time, he's gonna bounce.
Yeah.
So he's not the type that's gonna stay if they're not winning. So give or take 4 or 5 years. If they're not a playoff team within 3 years, you might see him get ready to leave. Say I'm hurt, I'm tired, my heart hurts, something like that.
Makes sense.
Where I'm at, number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson. I never watched the BYU game this year.
Only one I watched was the Coastal Carolina game, and he stunk it up.
Right.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yep. Against his best 5, the best 5 teams he played in college, the ones that finished with 10 wins. He only had 1 touchdown, 7 picks, no wins. That's all I'm saying, man. If you want to take Sam Darnold 2.0, be my guest, Jets.
Well, I think Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than we give him.
Right.
All I'm saying is, if you want to take that's even more credit. All I'm saying is, if you want to have Sam Darnold 2.0, take Zach Wilson, Jets.
I'm hearing Zach Wilson is Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and I'm like,
who did they say that for last year? Jordan Love. And what did he do? Sit on the bench. That's all I'm saying, man.
I just don't see the hype. Like, he's athletic. I give him that. And from what I hear and see, that he has some size on him. So, will it transition to the NFL? Maybe, if you get the right coach. But it's the New York Jets. I don't expect them to be anything better than they was with Sam Darnold, even though Adam Gase is not there. But I don't know. They fell in love with Zach Wilson, so from all accounts, he's going to be the number 2 pick. San Francisco at number 3, I got them taking Trey Lance. They called him in for a second pro day and worked him out, made him do some drills and stuff like that. And I feel like Kyle Shanahan is the type of coach for Trey Lance, to get him in there, the type of system they run. He could probably do a little bit more than Jimmy Garoppolo in that system by extending plays a little bit more and actually stand on the field. I believe in Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's just not healthy, and I think that's the biggest problem for him, is being on the field. So I think they're going to take Trey Lance, because I don't think
hitting deep posts. And hitting deep posts.
Yeah, overthrowing it. They say Mac Jones is the lock for the 3rd pick, but I don't think so, because that's like getting another Matt Ryan.
But that's when Matt Ryan won the MVP.
Yeah, but I feel like in this league now, you need someone that's gonna be more mobile.
Bro,
he's more
Matt
stationary.
can get out of trouble. He can get out of trouble. He ain't Lamar.
So do you feel like Trey Lance is pro ready?
Not right now. That's why they have. And I feel.
So what if Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt again?
I feel like it fits the scheme for what they're trying to do with bringing him in, because they're bent on keeping Jimmy. So if you bring in Trey Lance,
like Mac Jones that you compare to Matt Ryan, do you see those quarterbacks coming out as pro-ready quarterbacks?
In certain systems, I see Mac, I'm just gonna get there, but if we talk about it, I would see Mac Jones in a Patriots offense more than Kyle Shanahan offense. They're good with that type of quarterback. They had that type of quarterback for 20 years. Mac Jones fit that. I'm not calling him Tom Brady, but I feel like the way he plays could fit that type of system more than a Kyle Shanahan system. They got like Debo Smith and all of that. They got receivers that can get out there and really make some plays. You need a quarterback that can kind of get out there and make some plays. That's how I look at it.
I see what you're saying.
So
that makes sense.
I feel like they should take Trey Lance at the number 3 pick. Number 4 is the Falcons, I believe. I think they should keep Matt Ryan and try to win a Super Bowl. You got too much talent on that offensive end to sit there and want to just rebuild. To me, go ahead and take Penei Sewell, like Jordan said, and ensure that Matt Ryan can stay up. I think Matt Ryan was top 3 in sacks, maybe number 1.
Somewhere in there.
Yep.
So,
Hey man, I'll give him this though. He still put up some fantasy numbers.
That's due to his receivers, like
garbage time stats.
Hey man,
what those
all right,
are.
go ahead. I got some questions.
I feel like the Falcons could be in a win now mode. I hear that some people say they can't win a Super Bowl right now because the defense is hard. Yeah, it is horrible right now. But you still have Calvin Ridley, you still have Julio Jones, you still have Matt Ryan, who's, like I said, you can win a Super Bowl with him. He got you to the Super Bowl, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago?
To your point, the year we went to the Super Bowl, our defense wasn't great. We weren't world beaters. So I see what you're saying.
You had a high-power offense. When you have Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley...
Yeah, you just need a defense that's good enough.
Just solid, good enough.
But their defense isn't good enough. You can build it in the draft later, though. I wouldn't go defense first pick. I would definitely go offensive line, or if you want to go quarterback, go quarterback. But for me, I would just go, if you're going quarterback, go Trey Lance or Justin Fields.
But that just doesn't help the team, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't. I agree.
Draft pick,
I agree. If I was them, I would go Justin Fields or trade out, and then if I would trade that pick to like maybe like 6, 7, and then get like an offensive line there. But I don't think that they were willing. I don't think they're willing to trade unless it's the right trade, and I don't think they're gonna find the right trade because everybody knows they want to trade.
If the Falcons can, at the 4th pick, take Kyle Pitts and find a way to get another draft pick in the first round and get Rashard Slater, No. You don't think that?
No. You don't need a tight end.
You don't need Kyle Pitts. That would be a bad pick.
It's adding to your offense.
It's still a bad pick. You sound like Jerry Jones. Right. That's the bad pick. It's not fix your defense. You're not fixed. I mean, your offensive weapons don't need help. If you're picking an offensive lineman and then you trade back to get another offensive lineman, then maybe I would say that would be a good thing. But you're not strengthening. If you're only getting one offensive lineman and he's not the best one, then I don't really know if you're really getting that much better with Kyle Pitts. Because they tried with a couple of other linemen that weren't that good.
I feel you. I just thought about that scenario. So y'all made sense. Y'all made sense on that. And what I'm at the 5th pick now? Bengals.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts.
We all want him. We all picked him to go there.
You gotta pick him.
Yeah.
You gotta pick. Get Joe Burrow some help.
Right.
Although he need the O line is not the
O-line
worst.
is not, because they do get did Jonah Williams go there, or was that one of the Bama boys went there? But so they have him. I think he came back last year, but I think he got hurt again. So he's coming. He's gonna be there, and you do have some. They did get some help in the free agent, so they don't really need an offensive lineman. But I would take him if Panay Sewell is there. Take him. If not, Kyle Pitts.
I think they have another pick in the first round. They can go get a receiver.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Jamar Chase. I wouldn't. That just doesn't make sense.
I don't think Jamar Chase would be that. I think
they were saying because of the
20th pick.
Yeah, they were saying the Burrow connection with him and Jamar Chase. But I don't
think they will be in the right spot. Like Chase would be gone by then.
No, they would have. No, I'm saying instead of Pitts, they would take Chase. Oh. That's what they were saying. Yeah. But I wouldn't do that.
I think he definitely need to get Kyle Pitts and shore up the immediate routes and stuff like that, expand them, help them a lot. You can go out there and get receivers. Like Cincinnati get free agents, so they definitely got to take Kyle Pitts. 6, we're at where we at?
I changed the page.
6, I think
the
Miami pick. Yeah.
Miami.
Your favorite team?
My hometown team. My favorite team is the Ravens. We're gonna get that straight. The 6, I have Miami taking your boy Devontae Smith.
Yes, go.
Boy, it's too cold.
Yes, sir.
Too cold.
No count.
Everybody talking about his size. Size doesn't matter in anything. If you can play, you can play. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. But he's a dog.
You're just saying that because you small.
And I do what I want to do. So, exactly. And he do what he want to do on the football field as well. So that's why I feel like he can make a strong impact with the Dolphins. Although I feel, and he could take Devontae Parker's spot because he's not it as the number one. Not it.
I don't think I don't know. I like Devontae Parker. He's not consistent. Yeah, he does get hurt a lot too.
Just not it. Tua, depending on Tua health is key for this team. Yeah. If Tua is healthy and you add a Devontae Smith to your roster and you have Preston Williams and you have Devontae Parker, shout out to Ledger alumni.
No cap. I was just saying they do need a big body receiver, but if Preston can come back healthy, he definitely was lighting the league on fire before he got hurt both years.
If the receiving core, if all three of them, Devontae Smith, Devontae Parker, and Preston, if all of them can stay healthy and Tua can stay healthy, this is a dangerous. And they still got Mike
Gesicki.
Mike Gesicki, yeah. He's a heart. He's
what
fine.
You are coming up with these names. I see you 2 weeks in a row.
He's an underrated tight end. So that's a lot of weapons on that offensive end, and then their defense is already solid. They have a top 3 corner on the end with Xavier Howard. Mm-hmm. This team gonna be something if they stay healthy and they get Devontae Smith.
Detroit.
I'm sorry, I'm a millennium. I don't write
you might
notes
as
down
well
on
just
paper.
go ahead and turn the thing on. Don't let your battery, your thing die.
I thought it was on.
Oh boy. Well, you on Detroit?
Yes.
At 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
Detroit. A whole roster. I guess they have to make sure Jared Goff is safe. So I think they will be able to, I don't know. They probably, like you said, a tackle.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The Detroit is really hard to figure out. I mean, they have corners, they have receivers, they have a team. They just don't win. To me, or am I tripping? Because I always see players on. They had Darius Slade on there.
Oh boy!
No, they traded Darius Slade to the.
What's the dude from?
They have Okuda.
What is their head coach? Who was their head coach last year? That's why they weren't good.
They had Dan.
No.
I don't know the dude from New England.
Yes,
I don't know his name. The defense, the former
Mike
defense.
Patricia.
Yeah. There you go.
Matt Patricia.
There we go.
There you go. We was gonna get it together.
Gonna get it eventually.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
anyway.
No cap. He's irrelevant.
Right.
But yeah, they were not good. They don't. And then they got the guy who's gonna bite people's kneecaps or whatever. Something. They're not in the right direction
at all. Hey, things haven't ever been right for them since that whole Pontiac Dome thing. That fiasco. Ever since Barry Sanders left. Facts. Yeah. I'm old enough to
Carolina.
At 8.
At 8.
Call that.
Carolina at 8. I'm gonna have them. I got Patrick Surtain going to Carolina. You done traded for Sam Darnold.
I like it.
I don't think they need a quarterback. They got Sam Darnold. They have Christian McCaffrey. They have Ronald Moore on the outside. I believe his name, or BJ Moore. DJ Moore. Yes. They got talent on the offensive end, so now I think you need to shore up that defense and get a lockdown corner in Patrick Surtain, and we might be talking about them.
That's a good pick.
As soon as you gave him a compliment about saying the names, he get one wrong. It's Surtain.
Oh.
I was gonna let it slide, man.
Patrick
he was on a good roll.
Patrick Surtain, yeah.
Can't be worse than Gary and Vern them. Oh my goodness! I'm so glad. Which one of them retired?
Gary retired, but they'll both be gone 2024.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Count the days.
Where we at? 10, 9.
9. We're gonna go to 10 with you.
Right.
Denver Broncos. I have them take it. Jaylen Waddle. I don't think they're gonna move on from Drew Lock just yet. If they take Mac Jones, that's my secondary pick for them to take. But if you're gonna give Drew Lock another season or whatnot, I think you should go ahead and take a dynamic receiver. Go ahead and take what's hot.
You don't think that's too many weapons though?
No.
They got Judy, Fant,
No.
KJ Hamler.
Because you're trying to put Drew Lock in the best position to win. Von Miller coming back. The defense solid already. The defense been good for years. The defense.
Didn't we say they needed one more player last year when we was talking about they were missing Von Miller? They said they still needed one more player.
I mean, but they still have more picks. They can go back and get another defensive player. But I think right now, if you're not trading or getting rid of Drew Lock and that's your guy, and you're not gonna take Mac Jones, you need to go get another receiver and put all the pieces around him. So next year, at the end of the year, you look back and be like, this is not gonna work, or Drew Lock succeeded.
Hey man, I'm all on. The older I get, I'm all in on offensive linemen. You got to protect the quarterback. So I feel like if you're not gonna move on from Drew Lock, you might as well get a lineman to protect him and then see if he's really it. So I mean, I guess I don't. It wouldn't be bad to see a Alabama receiver go higher, but I wouldn't take him there. I just don't see it being a good fit with all those other receivers. It's hard to kind of get your footing.
Playmakers.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to find your way as a rookie receiver with that many people you have to struggle against, finding catches and whatnot. Granted, he did come from Alabama, and so he did find his time to shine, but it's a little different in the NFL.
You work hard, you're going to see the field. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, it's not about seeing the field. It's about
one football.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's only one football, and they still have – don't they still have Melvin Gordon? And what's the other guy's name? The lights, Peyton Barber or something like that?
They didn't make much of an impact last year, so –
which is why I would say get an offensive line.
That early would mean he's coming in to make an impact. He don't have to find his way. They drafted him because they believed in him and to pick him that early. So
I mean, you're not wrong.
They had these playmakers last year, and they wasn't making anything shake. They won what?
Yeah, because they didn't have a quarterback.
I mean,
this is the same team that whole quarterback room got suspended for 1 week.
Okay.
I mean, so that's my secondary pick is Mac Jones. So like, if you're not going to pick Mac Jones at that pick, I feel like you should take Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah. So you don't have Mac Jones going top?
No, I have Mac Jones going to the Patriots.
Yeah,
15.
yeah, you're tripping, but I would definitely pencil him in there if he's not going by then. Yeah, somebody's trading up to get him.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't say Justin Fields. I'm sorry, Denver Broncos
You said Justin Fields.
I said Trey Lance at the third pick.
Yeah.
I said
See, that's why we take notes, buddy.
Yeah, sorry. my phone keep turning off. I got tired of that.
Amen.
So, but yes, Justin Fields. Justin Fields is getting taken by Denver Broncos at that pick, and then at the 10th spot, I have Micah Parsons getting drafted by the Cowboys because their defense is horrible. So,
okay, buddy.
Mother.
Oh, hey man, I apologize. I didn't know we were going 10. So do I go to 15?
Yeah. if you're quick enough.
I tell you a lot about my picks.
Hey man, I feel it.
I have Jags taking Trevor Lawrence with the first pick, and I don't think that goes by any surprise. We all know that. Zach Wilson with going to the Jets, and I think he is the second best quarterback. But he also fits them the best. He's a mystery, and they're a mystery. And I think they fit the best. If we're being completely honest, I have Mac Jones going to the San Francisco 49ers with the third pick. And that's just because there's nobody else that's literally sold on Mac Jones. There's no other team that's sold that wants Mac Jones other than San Francisco. And I actually saw Bill Belichick watch Mac Jones pro day and almost walk out. So
I'm dead.
Yeah, so I'm like.
See, but that's Bill Belichick though. You know he plays mind games.
Hey, man.
So you got to take that into consideration too. He's trying to sell. If
he
he don't want him, nobody else should want him. That. Come on now, you know that's how he does.
Hey man, I watched the pro days. Well.
I know, but I mean, I'm
not so
the only reason I have Mac Jones going to San Francisco is because I had Justin Fields going 1. If Justin Fields is there, I would take Justin Fields at San Francisco.
You know how like AJ's talent didn't translate to the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones is what people expect. Or
I mean, yeah, I feel.
Yeah.
But To be fair, AJ didn't really get a good opportunity.
Yeah, AJ is going to, like, I expected his talent to translate.
If it wasn't for that corn dog fumbling the ball, he would have had a playoff win in his resume.
What I'm saying is where AJ's career is now is what I see Max being.
With the 49ers?
Yeah, I feel like wherever he goes, though, honestly.
You don't think it will, you say you don't think it'll translate?
Yeah, I feel like where AJ McCarron's career ended, the path that AJ McCarron's career took is the same path that Mac Jones will take. No matter if he's given a fair chance or not.
Interesting.
So never seeing the field.
Jeez. No, he'll see the field.
But I mean, I'm
saying like,
even if he sees the field.
So he'll see the field with the 49ers because Jimmy Garoppolo will get hurt.
His stats that he got in college, the 5,000 yards he threw his last season.
Yeah, that's not going to... Yeah, I don't see him being this good. I get you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see him being a serviceable starting quarterback.
Maybe.
But not like lighting the... Not like Heisman contender, not MVP contender.
College,
yeah, I don't see him being an MVP contender, no. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
This Falcons pick is difficult. Right. I would like to see, if we go quarterback, I would like to see us pick Justin Fields, and I would like us to allow him to sit 1 year to get a playbook scripted for him, like strictly for him. So he sits 1 year behind Matt Ryan, and that playbook is made for him. So the next few years is strictly Justin Fields.
You're gonna have that first year of Georgia type thing going on?
Maybe. I might as well. I mean, because Matt Ryan's out of there. He's only guaranteed. I honestly feel like we're guaranteed only 1 year with Matt Ryan.
Yes.
This year because we don't have anybody.
Yes, it's a $60 million cap hit to cut him this year. 45, I believe, next year. So I believe he's gonna be there 2 years, unless y'all just go ahead.
There's only one guaranteed though. There's only one guarantee that he's starting.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know, I know that. I'm saying I feel like he's still going to be on the roster 2 years.
Of course, 2 years. But
and then they'll get rid of him, unless you find a team.
He has to compete with something.
Right. If you can find a team that's willing to trade for him, like if he has a resurgent year this year, and he can find like a Raiders or a Houston or something like that.
Go when the Colts wanted him.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a good.
4 picks.
Yeah, that would have been a great trade, but. So they were trading for him instead of Wentz?
But I think they were like 3rd and 5th round picks, though.
That's not that bad, though. What do you expect to get from him?
I mean,
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being for real.
I would have taken it. It was, I think the Colts offered that, and I think the Patriots offered.
So what do you expect to get from Matt Ryan?
At least the 2nd round, bro.
Think so?
He won the MVP.
I can see it.
I mean, I see the market.
But he got numerous thirds.
I see the market. I would take multiple thirds over 1 second.
I agree.
So
I would. If we taking 1/3 for Matt Ryan,
no, it was like a third. It was 2 thirds and a fifth. I would take that over a second and a fifth. I would take that.
Yeah.
But I would. I definitely would have traded him to the Colts. But yeah, if you can find the right team to trade him, then yeah, I would. Get rid of him and then have Fields on the wait. But only reason I fear taking Fields with Atlanta is because I know how the fans are. He's a hometown kid, and they're gonna want to see him start as soon as possible. And that's not really the answer because it's only gonna make Matt Ryan feel pressure, and it's only gonna make Justin Fields feel more pressure. And I don't think that that's gonna work out. But I mean, I have faith in him. Obviously, I think he's going to be the best. So, I mean, I like the pick. As much as I don't like the Falcons, I feel like that would be the best pick for them, future-wise.
I think him himself would be the most comfortable in that offense.
Yes, especially like the what do you say Julio would have, like 3 more years?
Yeah. Maybe.
So you have Julio, Calvin... what's Buddy name?
Russell Gage.
Yeah, he is a dog. So when he's not hurt,
he's not dropping the ball.
Yeah. So yeah, I like him too. So that's also another reason why I wouldn't take Pitts because I don't feel like that would take some.
Because we already have Hayden Hurst,
right?
Yeah.
But that would take some opportunities away from the young receivers. So yeah, I would take Fields. I feel like that would be the best fit for him, other than an offensive lineman, because I feel like they would need to build around him. But with Fields, you wouldn't need an offensive lineman per se, because he can escape.
Basically.
Right.
But you'd be signing him up to be a test dummy. You'd be signing him up to be a test dummy. We have no.
Well, no, you still will have 2 years. So.
Yeah.
Unless the Falcons fans pressure the team to put him out there, which is a thing that I don't want them to do. But if they do stick to their guns, let him learn, grow under Matt, then yes, I feel like that would be the best pick.
Okay. With Cincy, I have them going Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I guess that's consensus.
Number 5, Not Another Sports Podcast has Kyle Pitts penciled in there.
Yeah,
literally.
Or for me, the best offensive lineman if the Falcons don't take him. So they can take Penei Sewell. Yeah. Don't sleep on that pick.
That would make a lot of sense if they're going.
That would be the best pick for them, but we don't feel like that's what they're going to do. Right. We think that they're going to go Pitts.
Either pick is good. So.
Right. You're not messing up either way.
Yeah. With Miami, I have Miami going with Devontae Smith.
Let's go.
I said that he's easily, well, not easily the best receiver in the draft. I don't think we got to see Jamar Chase play this year.
He opted out.
But what we saw last year.
Yeah, I went.
It was crazy.
I'm gonna lay off the predictions because I didn't really watch LSU last year. I was kind of salty, even though I did pick them to make the playoffs. I didn't want to see it.
They was going down.
I believe it. I didn't get to watch that game. I was at your wedding.
Right. They would have won if you hadn't decided to get married.
Okay.
We had Denver.
With the Broncos, I've been going with Jamar Chase, and I feel like they have a quarterback that needs a 1-2 punch somewhere. Either it's a running back and a wide receiver, or 2 wide receivers. And I think that with Judy, who's in the backfield? Lindsey still there?
Yeah.
Philip Lindsay.
And
that's who I was thinking of. Philip Lindsay, not Peyton Barber. They might still have. I don't know, but Philip Lindsay was the person I was thinking of.
So I mean, with that backfield, they'll create some numbers.
Yes.
I feel like you go receiver, you give Drew Lock 2 targets, and then now you say, what's your excuse?
See,
but if you're saying him just having Judy and telling Judy to get open with no.
Y'all don't like KJ Hamler, the other dude that they have. I don't know their roster off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Receiver though.
I mean they.
You gotta get Drew Lock a 1 and a 2, not a 2 and a 3, because right now he doesn't have a 1 and a 2.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean,
I just feel like more weapons. Now you can actually.
I just would go protection. I don't know. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks go down. Once your quarterback goes down, that's it. So I mean, I just believe in.
Once you protect him, what is he doing?
I feel like they have the weapons. Me personally, I like the receivers they have. So I mean,
I just feel like they need another just one little. Because Judy's not enough. Judy, like that's like if you take Julio off Atlanta, will Calvin really be enough to get open?
No,
I mean, but you have Russell Gage.
I don't know though. The games when Julio didn't play.
But I feel like
Julio Jones. But Julio Jones is the best receiver in the game.
Yeah, that's different.
It's like is Calvin really getting open because Julio's on the field?
Nah, Calvin be eating the games that Julio don't play. Yeah. I actually like the games Julio don't play because that blesses my fantasy team because you know he's gonna get force fed.
Yeah.
So
it's just a question.
I mean, I don't disagree with taking a receiver. Me personally, I would just take the offensive lineman or like a defensive player. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like they have enough on offense. I wouldn't go that high. I would go like a 2nd round, maybe 3rd round pick on a receiver. I feel like they have enough there. But I mean, you're not wrong. But they don't necessarily have
receiver, though.
A number 1 guy. But who did you say they should take?
Jamar Chase.
I mean, yeah, he would definitely be their number 1. He would be their number 1. So yes, he would fit. But I like that one better than Waddle. I'll give you that. Yeah. I definitely like that one better than Waddle. But I don't know if I still wouldn't.
Because you
I
gotta
don't know
think,
if I would do
if
it.
you add one piece to their defense, is their defense enough to carry them? Or if you add one piece to their offense, is their offense enough to carry them? I feel like if you add one piece to their offense, they're closer to carrying them off of the offensive line than the defense. Their defense is
all in all, I don't believe that Jamar Chase is going to make a difference with Drew Lock because Drew Lock is terrible. So I won't say terrible, but he's not good enough.
He's in that like Baker Mayfield.
He's a little bit worse than Baker. He's a little bit worse than Baker. Baker is serviceable.
Baker.
I won't say.
Have Drew Lock play with Von Miller?
Drew Lockett?
No,
I don't think so.
I give him a chance to play with a healthy team.
Okay, but
all around.
Okay, I'll give him 6 weeks. We'll see what he looks like.
That's decent enough. But I'm just
I'll
saying,
give him 6 weeks.
Give him something to work with.
I'll give you that. He had those. What did he have? Those 5 or 6 weeks at the end of his rookie year that he showed. He showed some promise.
I think that's when he was bumping Jeezy on the sideline.
He was just chilling though.
That's all I'm saying though. He's not very consistent. All I'm saying is what he can show me from now until those 6 weeks is what I'll tell you if he can get it done or not.
I
from what I've seen, he's good, but he's not good enough.
I understand that. I'm just saying, like, when you know your best defensive player is not on the field and your defense is suffering, so that means it's more on you to do as the quarterback. I feel like you get.
It feels like he has to put more points up on the board because
I got a comp for you, Joe Flacco. He's like a Joe Flacco. He's not like great. Well, no, because Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. I don't know.
Raven Nation.
Let's see.
We got more.
He's like a Joe Flacco
that had nothing to do with anything.
See, Joe Flacco leaned on his defense, so yeah, maybe if he does get a defense, maybe. But I would still go O-line, and I don't know where are we at.
You're at Denver.
No, okay, so Dallas.
You're number 10, Dallas. Hey man, shout out to the media.
Dallas. You're at Dallas.
Dallas. You're on Dallas. You just put Jamar Chase with Denver.
Okay, Dallas, I have JC Horn. Because the list I wrote is out of order. But Dallas, I have going with JC Horn. That's because I really don't want them to.
Speaking of JC Horn, you know what I thought was funny? They showed this meme with all of the top receivers that he quote unquote shut down. They had Jerry Jeudy on there, like 1 or 2 catches. Jaylen Waddle, a few catches. Then Kyle Pitts. I found it funny that they conveniently left out Devontae Smith, who had 6 catches for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns. But I mean, that's
everybody has their day.
Hey man, all I'm saying is you want to show some highlights, show the whole thing. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so.
Yeah, 11
with the Giant.
Yeah, I talk about me do 10.
Hey man,
bro, no wait.
No,
my jump from. I didn't do Carolina.
What? You want to go to Carolina?
Yeah, I'm taking Trey Lance.
Okay, well, yeah.
3 quarterbacks.
They're gonna get rid of Teddy Bridgewater. He's out of there.
Yeah, he's out of there. Like he's played already. Like he's burnt out. And then I feel like
that's unfortunate.
Teddy Bridgewater is 5 guys.
You're not wrong.
Teddy Bridgewater.
You're not wrong, Florida boy. All I'm saying is
time on the floor. His shelf life is forever.
Okay. All I'm saying is they gave him that year and he didn't prove it.
And Sam Darnold's not going to be.
Whether McCaffrey was healthy or not.
No, you can't do that.
Hey, dude, I don't run the team. I don't run the team. You're not arguing with me.
That's just.
I don't run the team. All I'm telling you are the facts. He's out of there. It is messed up. I said the same thing with AJ.
Someone need to pick up my boy Teddy Bridgewater and let him show why he's the GOAT. I don't say GOAT, but
remember when the Bills signed AJ and then they drafted Josh Allen and I was upset. This is how you feel. The same thing.
I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I just feel like Sam Darnold is just in case, like if we need somebody week 1 because we can't draft a quarterback, he's gonna play.
I see it.
So you're gonna do that for $20 million?
Amen.
Yeah, because it's not that much. I mean, we're talking M's. That's not that much for a quarterback.
I mean, you just swap. I mean, basically, you kind of like swap contracts because Bridgewater was on the same thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like they know they're gonna make money somewhere though. Like they're gonna try to make that money back probably off of Bridgewater or just moving something.
So before we get done, which teams would trade? Like if y'all had the option, how would y'all trade? Like, because I said the Falcons should trade their pick, but I also feel like the Broncos should trade. Like I feel like the Broncos should trade up. Yeah. I feel like the
trade up to get what? The quarterback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have faith in Drew Lock.
Like if
anyone. If I was the Broncos, I would trade up with the Falcons, take either Mac Jones if he's still available. If the 49ers don't take him, I would take Justin Fields. If
almost the same quarterback though.
I don't think the Falcons need to trade they pick though. They need an offensive line.
No, I feel like Mac's better than Drew Lock. He has a better arm, and he's a better decision maker. Drew Lock doesn't make good decisions, so there's that. I would also, if I was the Panthers, if I can't take the receiver that I want, like say all the receivers are gone, I would trade back with the Patriots and let them take a quarterback if one's available.
I don't think it's a bad idea for us to trade back to build our defense. Like if we were to trade that number 4 pick to get more picks, it wouldn't be necessarily a bad decision.
The only thing is, I don't want y'all to trade too far back.
Right.
As much as I don't like the Falcons, they're starting to warm up on me. Their fans aren't as obnoxious. I feel like they've gone through the fire. So, in case you're wondering why I'm not as hateful towards the Falcons, that's why. But
it's
the Cowboys,
fans,
I still hate.
You just hate the Falcons fans that are UGA fans. That's what you hate because
I'll give you that.
Yes,
I'll give you that.
You hate the
I will
Falcons
give you
fans
that.
Are UGA fans.
I will give you that.
UGA fans are loud and obnoxious, and then they bring that to the NFL.
I'll give you that. That's a great.
Which makes y'all second behind Cowboys fans. And the most annoying.
Yeah, y'all. Well, I don't know. I can't say second, but it's really because they're local.
It's because you live here.
Yeah.
It would be the same thing if you lived anywhere else. If you were a fan of, you still a Ravens fan, but you live in like Cincinnati, you're gonna feel like their fans are annoying because that's local for you.
No, but I see a lot.
Well,
of
they're
different
rivals
fans
as well.
Here. There's a lot of Cowboys fans out here. Right. There's a lot of different fans out here. So sports podcast. I interact with a lot of people, and the most annoying people are the Falcons fans, Cowboys fans, and of course the Steelers fans. Because
let's see.
Hey man,
I can't think of any other NFL teams that are annoying. I mean Saints fans because they're petty towards Falcons fans. But yeah, I do like Saints fans. They are turned.
Yeah. Working at the stadium, I will say this. That's one game I haven't worked yet, the Saints game. But the Cowboys game, that game do be lit. The Eagles game was lit last year.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Eagles fans are kind of cool. Yeah. They are obnoxious.
Yeah. They're obnoxious, but they cool.
And they are realistic. I'll give them that. Like most of the Eagles fans I know are realistic.
They're annoying, but at the same time you enjoy it because it's all in the fun of game. I mean, all in the fun of the game.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But that concludes another episode of your favorite.
We got goldfish memory. What are you doing?
I don't know what's going on today. Well, with that being said, we're gonna move right on to our next segment, goldfish memory. The first topic we're gonna talk about is Gary Sheffield's comments as far as the MLB. He's basically said that baseball is boring and it's hard to watch. Which I mean, I can understand it. But at the same time, for me personally, I'm also the same one who can watch a whole 9-inning game. I watched the Braves score 1 run in a playoff game in 11 innings last year, and I watched it like it was a football game. So I get it, but at the same time, I don't get it. So how y'all feel about what he said?
I get what he's saying. It is boring, but I kind of think it's more so what I've been saying is how baseball is more of a local sport. Where you don't really care about other people's teams. Like it's not exciting enough. It's not like fantasy football where you're picking a whole bunch of players and you're watching it for everybody else. You're really watching to see what your team is doing. So for me, like I was excited about the Dodgers and the Padres series. I watched the first game, but after that, I really didn't care because like at the end of the day, it's not gonna affect my team. So after I watch 9 innings of my own team, I can't sit there and commit to another 9-inning game. Like that's too much.
I think they just need to shorten the schedule. Like
if they shorten the schedule
or something, every game counts now. Or
yeah,
the majority of the games count.
Well, CC Sabathia said he wanted to shorten the games to 7 innings. What y'all think about that?
Nah, I'm good on that.
I think you just shorten the season.
Yeah, I like the season. I like the last year's schedule with
every opponent you have a series.
Right.
Series, 4-game series.
They should cut out all these inter series games where we play the Phillies 19 times, we play the Marlins 19 times. That's unnecessary. Right. Cut it to like 7. We play every other team in the league in the NL. We don't have to play them at each stadium. We can play them one. We can alternate every year, home and home, and then we can play a few teams from the other division. We can alternate AL Central, AL East, AL West, alternate like that. Cut it down. We don't really need 162. Probably do like 60, 70 games, and then I feel like if they do that, they will expand the playoffs though. So at that point, I really wouldn't care, as long as they are longer game series. I don't want to see 3-game series for playoffs. That's right. Stupid.
The only rule change I care about is bringing the DH back, bro. We have a pitcher that's on the what they call it now, the injured list, because he got hurt running the bases. There's no reason that pitchers should run the bases. Matt Freed.
Freed got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt. He pulled his hamstring running the bases. There's no reason for us, like, it's literally no reason. Pitchers, they keep talking about how they want more contact in the game, but we still have to let pitchers hit.
Hey, man, I don't know, though, because you know what?
Yes,
I think he went 2 for 2 or 3 for 3, and he did have a couple of RBIs last night. So.
That's an anomaly.
It is. Well, no, they're the Grimes, they're the Scherzers. Hey, man, I'm not here to say pitchers shouldn't hit. All I'm saying is I like the DH. So if we want to get a DH in there, I'm all for it.
It's not even.
I'm not saying that pitchers can't
extra
hit.
Roster spot either.
You're not wrong. All I know is the managers don't want to do it because they don't want to pay the extra money.
They don't have to. You already have the roster spot. It's available. Use somebody that's on your team.
But hitters cost more than pitchers.
I mean, bro.
And then you're probably not going to get a scrub DH. You're going to get a top-tier DH.
It is what it is.
Hey, man, I get their argument. All I'm saying is I don't care. Add the DH. If y'all want to go ahead and expand the playoffs, because that was the linchpin. They said if we're going to add the DH, then you have to expand the playoffs.
That's what playoffs. We don't know these games anyway.
Hey man, I was on the other side, so I was like, don't expand the playoffs. If that means not having a DH, cool. But now I get it. Like I'm on the other side now. Go ahead and add it. If that means we have to have an expanded playoffs, cool. But expand the playoffs if you're gonna expand the playoffs. Yeah, don't add a 3-game series. Make them all 5 or 7. That I don't like shorter series in baseball. That is just. Because anybody can win 1 or 2 games. It's not that hard. We saw it in the NLCS. It's much harder to win 4 games than 3. And it's much easier to win 2 than 1.
But wouldn't it make it much harder to win 2 than 4?
No, my point is, like last year in the first round, say the Dodgers lost to the Padres 2-1. Nobody's going to be, like, we wouldn't have got the best series. We would have got the Dodgers. We would have got the Braves and the Padres in the NLCS. Now, granted, it would have been a good series, but it wouldn't have been the 2 best teams.
Yeah, but seeing that a lot of the playoffs are on short notice, they play like every day or every other day. Why have a longer series when it should be who can wake up and play this game the best every day, because they're playing every day back to back. So you might as well just have it a shorter series. That's what I feel like. The best man is gonna wake up. They're playing already back to back in the playoffs. You might as well wake up every day.
If they do that, then
it's like musical chairs.
If you're gonna, all I'm saying is, if you're gonna have a 3-game series at the end of the season, don't be surprised when people are sitting at the end of the season. That's all I'm gonna say.
I guess. That being said, we're gonna move right along on Goldfish memory. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes had a Twitter exchange. I'm gonna let Jordan lead this segment because this was his idea.
Actually, this was Kevin's idea,
Well,
but
Yes.
whoever idea it was, one of y'all.
I thought it was just pretty interesting. It was the guy from the Kansas City Royals. He had a Tom Brady jersey on.
Salvador Perez.
Yeah, and he walked in the camera and said Patrick Mahomes the GOAT or something like that, or the best or something like that, and what Tom Brady said, he said actions speak louder than words or whatever. And then Patrick Mahomes said we'll see in 20 years.
Right.
So I just thought it was pretty interesting to see them go back and forth and wanting to know what y'all think about the little Twitter exchange, and do y'all think Patrick Mahomes will eventually catch up and pass Tom Brady as the GOAT? Meanwhile, you still have Deshaun Watson's, Lamar Jackson's, Josh Allen's in the league.
We're not going.
Tom Brady's right though.
Right.
Yeah, Tom Brady is definitely right in this situation. He's definitely the GOAT right now. It's hard to argue. As far as Patrick Mahomes being the GOAT, it depends. They building something nice. I definitely wouldn't have said this a couple of months ago right after the Super Bowl. But they did retool. They got the offensive line fixed.
Did they fix the defense?
Have they ever fixed it?
That's my question.
I mean, they can draft some guys. That's really gonna be their only way to do it. They don't really have salary cap outside of that.
They still got room to get AD, so they got some money somewhere.
Yeah. Speaking of, I don't really see AB going back to Tampa at this point. No. I mean, like, he wants his money.
He had a proven season, and he proved it.
I just don't see him being successful anywhere else. But, I mean, that's a different conversation for a different day. But I feel like, yeah, if they do add AB, that would definitely help. But I don't know. I feel like
they have the money to go get defensive pieces.
It depends. Like, what defensive pieces are going to be on the AB type of money deal? Like, they don't have that much money. They have more money than Tampa Bay does to give AB, or they have more money than Tampa Bay is willing to give AB. Put it that way.
Which means they have money to go get some defensive.
They probably have money to get a defensive piece. I don't know who's out there. Maybe a Sherman. Probably, that would be a good fit. I don't know. I don't know who's out there, but I feel like that would be. I guess that would be a good fit, but I don't really know if they really need corners. They probably need But I say this every episode: defensive linemen and pass rushers are like 3-point shooters. Everybody needs them. So I mean, they're gonna need more pass rushers, but I mean, you can draft that. I don't know. I feel like they can be a dynasty. It's just time will tell.
Do y'all think Patrick Mahomes would end up with more than 4 Super Bowls?
No.
More than 4?
No. I say
more than 4.
I say 3. Because if we pay attention to how the trend is, a lot of these quarterbacks that come in hot and they get to the Super Bowl, they get to the AFC Championship real early in their career. When they on the rookie contract, when the team is able to have those pieces around them. So a lot of these people, that's why I said slow down on the Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT talk, because let's wait till all of that kind of like ends up to him having to be the main one. Like they would say he's the main one, but he has so many weapons he can rely on. When the pieces fall back and he's down and he has to humble himself, we'll see how really great he is. That's how I'm saying.
To me, Patrick Mahomes can't be the GOAT because he had one opportunity to do it, and it was to beat Tom Brady, and he didn't do it.
Yeah,
he'll never beat.
But that's kind of unfair to him because that's like saying LeBron can't be the GOAT because he ain't ever played Kobe in the final.
That's not the same because he actually played Tom Brady.
LeBron,
like if he played
a couple times, and Jordan still.
But Tom Brady lost to Eli Manning twice in the
That's
Super
not the
Bowl.
same thing,
but listen,
though.
I'm saying like he lost to Eli Manning twice in the Super Bowl, and that still gives him the GOAT. Now, what if he lost to Tom Brady, but the team was better, and people gonna look at the fact that he didn't have his offensive linemen and stuff like that. So if you end up with, let's say he do end up with 7 Super Bowls,
I say he'll get 4. I think he'll get 4. I think he'll get one more, maybe. I don't know about next year. But for me, at this point, the only way he can be the GOAT, to Will's point, is if he does beat Tom Brady, because he has lost to him twice in the playoffs.
Like, the sheet is different.
Oh yeah, I did forget about the Patriots loss in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, he kept him from getting 2 rings.
Yeah.
So you gotta consider that.
Yeah. The path is gonna be different. Like, if Tom Brady retires right now, the only way Mahomes could never be the GOAT. Like, to me, in my eyes, he could never be the GOAT. He has to beat Tom Brady. That's stained on his legacy. Like, he did not overcome that at all. Like, if I want to call KD the GOAT, he has to beat LeBron in the finals. You know,
he did.
Like,
no, we're not gonna get on that.
You know what I mean? Y'all know, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
He's definitely 2-1 against him in the final.
Not like
he knows what I mean.
Like he got.
No, because if he do it this year, then you gonna say he had James Harden and
no.
Kyrie Irving.
No.
Oh.
No,
but it's just that would be the only thing that's
the Lakers
stained on his
stat.
resume. That's.
Wait. Say that again.
Is
okay.
matched.
No. Say that one more time.
Evenly matched.
The Lakers team is stacked. Okay.
Evenly matched.
That's all I wanted to hear.
But yeah, like, if Deshaun Watson wanted to be the GOAT, he could be if he gets majority or whatever, rings he needs. But I'm saying, like, Mahomes couldn't do it because even if he got 8 championships, it's still if you was to play Tom Brady, could you beat him? If you was to play the GOAT, could you beat the GOAT?
Yeah, I know.
Right now, Tom Brady has the GOAT crown. How can you take that crown off of him if you play him twice and can't beat him?
But even if he beat him next year, will that be enough?
No, it won't be enough.
Because he beat him one time. But I'm saying, like, if Mahomes was to get 8 Super Bowl rings and not have beat Tom Brady at all, you're not the GOAT.
It's not that he needs to beat him to be the GOAT right now. It's just that needs to be on his resume for him to be the GOAT.
It has to be on his.
It's not that
it doesn't have to be on everybody's resume, but his specifically because he lost to him
twice.
That's like Tim Duncan beating LeBron twice, but he had to get that one against.
Yeah, LeBron had to get his get back.
Yeah,
right.
I got you.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, we got one more segment. We call it Pick the Ending. This week's question is, which team in the top 10 should trade their picks?
No, we did that already. We're going to talk about the pick that, we're going to talk about the trade that Kevin's and them team did instead.
Which one?
Where they decided to trade their best offensive lineman to the best team in the AFC, thinking that it was going to work for some throwaway picks.
From what I hear, I had to do my research on this.
Oh, I know about that.
It didn't make any sense to me why we did this out the blue. And they tried to justify draft capital, draft picks as it now. From what it was is that we moved him to the left tackle position, I believe.
I got that.
And he flourished there, and we tried to move him back. And him and his parents wasn't going for it.
Yes, but what does that have to do with trading him to the Chiefs?
No, I'm not saying just necessarily to the Chiefs. I'm saying from why would we trade our best offensive
I mean,
lineman?
I got that. I understood. Once I read that made sense. That's life. That's going to happen. You're going to have to trade people because they don't want to play certain positions.
Yeah, but I had to put that out to the public for people who wouldn't know why the Ravens traded their best O-lineman.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I got that. But I'm saying, like, why the Chiefs, though?
Why the Chiefs?
And why for throwaway picks?
We're stupid. It's stupid. That's all. I just don't know. I just don't understand it. That's something I've been trying to figure out for the past 2 days. Like, I don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And when Will dropped it in the group chat, I'm looking at it like we have the dominant run game. We're trying to build on the passing game, but yet you're trade away our best O-lineman, and we still have no outside threats. And now we got to find another O-lineman to replace that type of caliber for our run game to flourish again. And then the GM get on the same day the GM of the New York Yankees both say we're okay with the roster being how it is. And you can tell the Yankees are mid, and the Ravens still have no receiver. And all I see is Hollywood Brown on Instagram with Lamar Jackson running barefoot in the streets. I need to see him run on a football field, creating separation, and stop playing on the streets in Florida and pumping them.
They be in there with AB.
I don't care where they be. They need to be on the field scoring touchdowns.
He created some separations against the Browns last year.
The Browns.
Hey, man.
It's the Browns.
The Browns made the playoffs.
The Browns.
It's the Browns.
The Browns gonna win the division.
Ooh.
Depend if we don't get no receivers and we don't fill up this hole on the online, you right. Because they done got Jadeveon Clowney, they got Myles Garrett, they got Nick Chubb, they got Kareem Hunt, they got an Odell back. But I don't believe in the Browns because they're getting Odell back, and Baker Mayfield is a ego type player, like I said last year. And when someone with a bigger ego and better persona and better than him is on the field, he plays less than himself because he has to be the man. He has to be the guy, and it's gonna mess them up.
That is a great take.
They still gonna win the division.
and I don't care what nobody say about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is an MVP quarterback. He's 23 years old. He just coming off his first playoff win, so that's probably gonna give him some momentum, some stain. He came off a couple of years ago of throwing 4,000 yards passing last year, 1,000 yards rushing. Stop sleeping on my boy.
Hey man, all of that sounds great. I don't disagree with any of it. All I'm saying is y'all don't have anybody to block for him. Y'all don't have anybody to catch the ball when he decides to throw it. And y'all don't have that much of a defense anymore because y'all let y'all best pass rusher go to New England. All I'm saying is the Browns are going to...
We don't have...
Yeah, y'all don't have... Y'all got J.K. Dobbins. He's decent.
Decent.
All I'm saying is the Browns are finna win the division. Y'all mess around, the Steelers going to finish second. That's going to be a real indictment. Yeah.
It might not.
I'm not willing to go that far.
It all depends on what we do in this draft. This draft will determine a lot. And I just don't understand the direction because they offered Juju Smith money, he didn't take it. He went back to the Steelers. They offered T.Y. Hilton money, he didn't take it. He went back to the Colts. I don't know if the coaches are telling these free agents or these players that they're not changing their offense because they're catering to Lamar or they're being hard
Greg
stubborn.
Roman's fault.
Yes, but I feel like it's like being reluctant, like thinking like, okay, this been working for us so far. This is gonna get us over the edge. That's not gonna work because it's gonna be hard to get receivers to come there when they know you're not gonna pass the ball, and he can't do it.
Does Baltimore really look like a team that somebody would want to join?
Yes, come on now.
They actually look like the most.
You see the pedigree of the Ravens
team that's
I feel like
farthest from being complete.
The pedigree of the Ravens.
I
for
feel
the
like
past
if they changed
12,
their
13
offensive
years?
coordinator, then they would have the team that has the desire for teams.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I feel like they're telling these free agents or when they having these meetings with these players, they're coming off with the impression that they're not going to change this offense. It's going to be this 2 tight end play action type offense.
They know they're not going to change the offense. They have the same coordinator.
Yeah, but that needs to change, and this year is probably going to show it. I don't want John Harbaugh to get fired, but if we go out there and win 7-8 games,
fire the coordinator. It's not the coach. It's the coordinator. I mean, it might be the coach, but we know it's the coordinator. Yeah. Like, we know for a fact it's him.
I just see how this league works, and they're gonna fire everybody.
That may be true.
Possible. But
Will, what were you saying?
I'm just saying, as a receiver, I think I would rather go back to Big Ben than to go to Lamar.
As tough as it sounds.
4,000 yards. Like, this guy has the most accurate.
They didn't offer him enough money.
You're not throwing.
I'm choosing him over Lamar because it's Lamar's fault. But I'm saying if he doesn't have the protection and he doesn't, how can I expect him to get the ball to me if they're not even making sure that he's satisfied?
And they ain't offering him but $1 million more than what the Steelers was offering.
Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. But before we get out of here, I did win the bet. I want my 2 cases, buddy.
AD came back and the Lakers was exactly the 5th seed.
Like I said, they were
exactly. You said he was gonna be lower.
I said 5th or lower.
You was pretty bent on that 6th seed. You was pretty bent on that 6th seed.
Had Dame kept it up that first half at Magic, then they might have been. But you know,
what really happened was Andre Drummond came. That's really what happened.
Right. I think they won like 2 games with him.
No, they won more than 2 games.
I don't think
they've been like 500, hovering over 500, like 1-2 games.
Hey man,
500
all I know is
AD. This team is not mid.
Hey man, I said they weren't gonna fall into the play-in game. Brandon said that they were gonna fall into the play-in game. Now, to be fair, Dallas might sneak up and get them.
No.
The fact that Porzingis is out, the fact that the fact that Porzingis is out does hurt them. But they do have a very easy schedule, and they're only a game and a half. Well, they would be a game and a half back if they won tonight. So, I think they're 2.5 now.
I think it's about time for the Lakers to heat up. How?
LeBron coming back.
LeBron coming back.
Right. Then he coming back in playoff mode.
Is Dennis still hurt?
Is he coming back in playoff mode?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, because I remember when he said last time he coming back in playoff mode, he said that he lost to the Hawks, the Kings.
All I
want to say they lost to the Grizzlies as well.
The last time somebody was holding up the NBA Finals trophy, it was LeBron.
Amen.
Tell him again.
And when LeBron was playing, he was MVP favorite. LeBron is 36 in the GOAT, and he's coming back.
Yeah, but he was
LeBron was
favorite
injured
before he hurt his ankle.
LeBron had got injured. Now I believe he took some time for his injury to become a vacation, so he could come back and ball on Kawhi.
All right, so I don't want to hear anything about him still being hurt. Yeah. We all heard this here, right? He's 100% healthy. He was just taking time back. So I don't want to hear he's still hurt in the playoffs.
Kevin, you ain't wrong when you're right. But with that being said, that concludes another episode of your favorite podcast, Not Another Sports Podcast. Remember, I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Make sure you follow me on all those social media sites. That Rob was there.
Yeah, and this is Kevin. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Vice City Kevo and keep running up High Mamba.
Yes,
and
sir.
shake some with my boy right here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Run them streams up.
Yes, and this is Jordan. You can follow me on Twitter at @this_guy11, on Instagram at _thisguy11. You can follow the sports pages on Facebook and Instagram at Not Another Sports Podcast, and on Twitter at N_A_S_podcast. You can also find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Every single one.
Yes, sir.
We global.
We on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all of them.
Yep.
Just go ahead and search up Not Another Sports Podcast. You can definitely find us.
And we want to say thank you, and we appreciate all the fans and all the support that we have been receiving, that we get. This is only the beginning. We're going up, you know what I'm saying? And
thank you for listening and watching.
This man y'all ain't gonna let Will
plug in,
close out.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Kevin don't want to cut him off.
Oh, my bad.
Follow me on Twitter at @not_even_Earl. We're gonna get active on there.
Yes, indeed, Steve. Yes, indeed. And we definitely got some new music, correct? We got a verse expected, right?
Yeah, let's go.
That verse coming, right?
30 hours.
Okay.
I gotta play Kanye 30 hours.
Hey, man, put in work.
Rolly.
And with that being said, Black Lives Matter. Wash your hands. Walk in love. Go Gators.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Yes, sir.